I returned to Shanghai about 10 years ago. I'm from Shanghai. I had been away for many years. When I took taxi to my grandparents' place, I couldn't recognize the neighborhood. Even the taxi driver started to ask me, "Do you know where you're going? Where is the lane I play in? And where is the dumpling shop? I always get my afternoon dumpling." So much was gone. I like to bring back my Shanghai. But as designer, what I can do? I start to walk around. Something I grew up with, they're still there. I decided to protect some of them. The best way is to updating them. So the first item came to my mind is a Chinese embroidery shoes. My grandmother, she loved me so much, and she make embroidery shoes for me in the winter time because she's afraid that my feet will get too cold. So she will measure my little feet, and she will cut the pattern, and she will sit and stitching them for weeks. She knows I'm a little picky girl, and so she try to make something different. She will embroider a little flower on the toes. You can still find the Chinese embroidery shoes. They're around, but most of them are factory made. They all look pretty much the same. So I like to bring back my grandmother's embroidery shoes. But I like to do something different. I like to personalize my shoes. The Chinese shoes, the Chinese embroidery shoes, been round, and they never change their design. If you see them, usually they come with phoenix and dragons. I decided to do something different. I remember when I've been away, the things I miss most is food. So I decided to put the Chinese cabbage and green bean on my shoes. They are part of my Shanghai life. Once on the holiday, a rooster woke me up every day, very early morning. It's so beautiful to look at him in the daytime. He had a shiny black and white feather. When he walk around, he always chin up and chest out. But you don't want to hear him in the early morning. So he stuck in my mind. And I decided to put him on my shoes. And I called that pair, "Good morning." I designed the shoes and slippers, but I'm not the only one to make them. I have a group of people to doing embroidery, and I have a shoemaker. Her name is Wu Yumei. She used her tradition to make shoes. Then I challenge her from time to time with my design. When Wu Yumei saw my design, a pair of shoes with a vegetable on it, that was okay with her. Then she saw the rooster on the shoes. Then she laughed very hard. She said, "You are funny. You put my dinner on your shoes." Then I show her my other pair of design. A pair, one foot was pink, another was blue. And she refused to make it. She said, a pair of shoes cannot have different colors. So we go back and forth so many times. Then finally she agrees, but on one condition. If nobody buy that pair, that's not her fault. I agreed it. So she made one. Then, but the why not pair was pretty popular in the shop. Get a lot of good comment from the customer. When I try to update old, I always ask myself, why not? Another item came to my mind is a Chinese lantern. Shortly after Chinese New Year is a lantern festival. Every kid's got a lantern, including me. They're made by, they're little like a piñata, and they're made by bamboo frame, and the outside covered by the rice paper. And people put a candle inside, and the kids carry them around. Back then, in Shanghai, every kid got a rabbit lantern. But except my neighbor, she had a better one. She had a fish lantern one year and a tiger lantern the next year. Because her grandfather is a master to making a lantern, and we call him a lantern king. Her fish and her tiger made me so jealous. I remember she came to our lane, she held her tiger, and the tiger's eyes were moved by the wind, and when she hop, and the tiger's tail will jump too. I look at her like, I really wish I had her lantern. So to going to her grandfather, Lantern King's house, is like an end to the fantasy land. He lived in a tiny small room in a big old Shanghai house. He was making a dragon lantern, and the dragon was so big and so long, so he needed to put the head of the dragon in his room. Then the body will go on the stairway. Then the tail will go through the neighbor's house. You need to go through room to room, another room, to see the whole dragon. And all these lanterns he made later on were displayed in the Shanghai Museum. For the little me to go to his house is like a backstage tour. These days we still celebrate the Lantern Festival. But unfortunately, if the kids put down their iPad and iPhone and they pick up a lantern, but likely the lantern is made by plastic, or maybe Hello Kitty, make those noise. Yeah. So I really wish I will see the king's lantern back. So I tracked down one of the king's students. Her name is Lu Xiezhuang. So I asked her to make a first lantern is a fish lantern. So I got my fish lantern. The king taught Lu Xiezhuang a traditional color combination. But she thought it was fun to experiment with me. So I designed a radish and watermelon lantern. And instead to use a traditional one-color silk, I suggested to use a cotton with a modern print on it. And then I find some old king's photo. he make a flower. So I made some flower. It was beautiful. What do we do with the flower? I decided to put it on my head. So we made a moonflower hat. The vegetable look very fresh on the shoes. A pair of shoes can have a different color. The lantern look gray on the hat. And the Chinese calligraphy brush can use as a handle. Ceramic button look very stylish. There is many, many ways to add a stop to bring the life for traditional design. I don't think I can bring back my lane I used to play and my favorite dumpling shop. But it is possible to update, to protect the tradition by updating them. Thank you.